Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. It's Gamble Guy Friday night. I got my blueberry beer with the blueberries in it. We're ready to rock and roll. Before we get too far into it, got to let you know 12ouncesports.com/bet. Philly Pete's been hitting left and right. Greg with the fantasy sports. Yours truly, I'm 15-1 since last Friday. Very excited about that. And then tonight, I don't have a graphic for it, but the Montana Lacrosse League kicks off tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. First time on 12 Ounce Sports, live on location in Montana. I'll be out there next weekend. Big stuff. Battle of the Borders next weekend. Montana Lacrosse League kicks off tonight. And then we have a full slate over the weekend on 12 Ounce Sports. Tonight, 8 p.m., D3 volleyball, Milliken versus Illinois Wesleyan, followed by 10 p.m. Montana Lacrosse League, Rockhoppers and Crusaders. Tomorrow we have so many sports we have to do the runoff channels. Twitch 1, Twitch 2. 1 o'clock we got D3 women's soccer on Twitch 1. 1 o'clock we have Montana Lacrosse League. 1:45 D3 football, Washington U versus Illinois Wesleyan on Twitch channel 2. Tomorrow at 5 D3 football, Averett versus Washington and Lee, Twitch channel 1, 7 and 10 p.m. tomorrow night, Montana Lacrosse League. So 12 Ounce Sports is busy this weekend, and we love it. So I've posted my bets on the subscription service. Again, that's the address. It's $5.99 a month. It's cheap. And I'm 15-1 in the last 7 days. So you would easily make a year's worth of subscription back pretty quickly. As you know, Pete's hot too. Greg gets really good fantasy picks. So there you go. So what I do on this show is I break down what games I bet on the subscription service. I'm not going to tell you what my bet is. I'm just going to go through some of the numbers, some of the public information in this insider site that I have. You can make your own decision. Subscribe. You'll see what I decided. The first best bet I made on a subscription service is an interesting matchup. UNLV lost their quarterback to NIL disputes. Then the running back followed suit. Then last week, they waxed Fresno State after those guys left. Very interesting stuff there. Syracuse, Kyle McCord transferred from Ohio State. They're looking a lot better than they usually at this point in the season. This is an interesting matchup. So I looked at the betting trends for this. And again, I'll give you my picks on the subscription service. You have to subscribe to that for $5 a month. It looks like it opened at 6. It's worked its way down to 4. The total over under 55.5. Right now, UNLV's got this is a slight favorite. I said it's 4. I think it's 5 on my bookie. Let me pull that up real quick. College football. It is 6 on my bookie. So the line on my bookie is actually 6 in this game. The public money, we're going to look at that. 62% of the public bets and 68% of the public money is being laid on Syracuse. Okay. Betting trends. UNLV's 4-0 in their last 5 against the spread, 2-0 in their road games against the spread. I think this is in UNLV though. Let's pull that up real quick. Is this in I don't know who's the home team here. I'm pulling it up. Hold, please. Syracuse. Oh, yeah. UNLV's the home team, so we didn't need that trend. We'll go to the other trends. So UNLV 4-0 in their last 5 against the spread. Syracuse 1-3 in their last 5 against the spread. There you go. If you went by the betting trends, you like UNLV laying the points. Doesn't mean that's what you're going to do. But you really, who do we think's better here? This is a 4-0. That's against the spread. I'm going to pull up the other screen. I got too many screens here. I mean, UNLV is 4-0. Syracuse is 3-1, but I looked at their record against the spread. Matchup predictor, 79.4% in favor of UNLV. Now, the thing that I found interesting when I was going through all the data for this match is I ran the simulator on the computer. You can find it at the bottom of 12ouncesports.com. There's a ticker with games. You hit the little graph looking thing. It'll simulate the game for you based on deep dive stuff. The computer simulator predicted UNLV would win 53-14. I did not see that coming. So obviously you would take the money line there, the spread, and the over. I'm not telling you what I picked. I'm just telling you the computer predictor really threw me off. I don't know if I believe it. It's usually pretty accurate. It doesn't always pick the right winner, but the predicting if it's going to be close or a blowout, the computer's usually right. And then, of course, plus or minus 5 or 6 points here and there. But the public likes Syracuse when they get 6. If you look at their last 5, well, they didn't play 5 yet, but Holy Cross, Syracuse beat Holy Cross last week 42-14. They lost to Stanford a week prior, 26-24. They beat Georgia Tech 31-28. Georgia Tech's not an impressive win anymore now that Florida State's 1-3. And then they beat Ohio U 38-22 in week 1. UNLV, meanwhile, they beat Houston 27-7. Utah's, who is that? That's an FCS team. They beat 72-14, beat Kansas 23-20, lost their quarterback, lost their running back to NIL, and then last week beat Fresno State 59-14. Wild stuff there from UNLV. They're a hard team to figure out, I guess. Maybe they're better off losing that quarterback. So that's the first one I bet on the subscription service. And that's some of the data there. You'll have to subscribe to see who I picked. Again, I'm 15-1 in the last 7 days. So we're hoping to keep that trend going. And I'd be 16-0 if the Brewers didn't hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th. But then again, if my aunt had testes, you know the old story. All right, next one I'm picking on a subscription service. I like the TCU Houston matchup. A little southwest football there, I guess you could say. I'm going to pull up some data. I didn't do the computer simulator on that one. For some reason, I did the Michigan State Oregon. If you are betting Michigan State or if you're betting Michigan State Oregon game, the computer thinks it's going to be 31-14 in favor of Oregon, a little closer than maybe I would have thought. So I disagreed with the computer twice tonight. Houston TCU. I want to go to the betting trends here. That one starts in about 22 minutes. I did post it on the subscription service much earlier, though, so they already got it. Opened at 16.5, moved to 19.5. TCU's 3-2, Houston's 1-4. If we look at some of the trends here, pull it down. Well, let's go to the public money. 63% of the bets and 61% of the money's on Houston. Now, we learned last Friday on Gamble Guy, the public money isn't always chasing the right thing. So don't get too worked up about that. Here's what you should get worked up about, because it's a 16.5 line on my bookie. TCU's 1-4 in their last 5 against the spread. 1-4. That's not a good record. Houston's 2-3 in their last 5 against the spread. Not much better. So that's pretty interesting there. If you look at the historical, this season so far, Houston looks terrible. They've been shut out twice in a row. Last week against Iowa State, 20-0. Before that, Cincinnati shut them out 34-0. Week 1, they lost to UNLV, who we just talked about, 27-7, almost got shut out there. The confusing one is Houston only lost 16-12 to Oklahoma. That was odd. And then Houston's only win this year is against Rice, 33-7. TCU, on the other hand, they just beat Kansas by 11 last week, 38-27. They lost to SMU, 66-42. SMU just blew out Florida State also. They lost to Central Florida, 35-34. And then they beat a lower division team 45-0. And they have a win against Stanford also. 34-27. So there's that. But Houston looks pretty bad on offense. Matchup predictor, 85% in favor of TCU. So that's going to be the second one if you subscribe to the betting platform. And it's not just me. It's Philly Pete. It's Greg Cowan with the fantasy picks. There's plenty of things we put up there daily. That's the address to get to it. It's $5.99 a month. We put up enough picks per day, and we're so hot, it's going to pay for itself. I'm telling you right now. You should check it out. Now, the third one, because I will give this information away on the subscription service. I put another parlay in tonight. I had a parlay last night. I think it was plus 340, 350, something like that. We hit it. Oh, it might have been plus 385, actually. We hit it last night. Tonight's, I'm not going to tell you what the parlay is because I don't want to give anything away and I don't want you to know the picks. I'm just going to deep dive into what I picked on a subscription service. I went back to Lerner Tien. I picked him last night, tennis match. He's playing in the, I got to find the name of the event. So if you try to find it, upcoming, and he starts here in about 19 minutes, actually. So we'll try to hurry this up for you. It's the Tiburon, the ATP Challenger Tiburon, USA men's singles. So why did I take him again? I went back to the well. Well, he's playing Denis Kudla, who's got a career record of 22-19. Lerner Tien's career record's 47-8, and he's actually pretty hot lately. A lot of greens in his historical last 10. Green is the win. He is ranked 148, Lerner Tien, Denis Kudla 241. They've never had a head-to-head match, but Tien's 18, Kudla's 32. If this goes deeper into the match of, extra sets, each set's going to, 6-5, what have to be 7-5, 6-4, 6. I mean, he might wear this guy down. He's got less of a history, obviously. Kudla's been around a while, since 2009. Tien just hit the pro ranks 2022, but he's hot. He's on a hot streak. So far, this tournament that we're in, first round he won 7-6, 6-1. Last night he won 6-2, 7-6, which helped our parlay. Charleston, he got to the third round, which was the semifinals. Las Vegas, he got to the finals. Lerner Tien made the finals in Las Vegas. So he's actually on a really good hot streak, whereas Kudla has lost early in the last 5 tournaments. Lost in the first round in London. New York, he lost the first round. The Las Vegas Challenger, where Tien made the finals, he got beat pretty handedly by a guy that Tien then beat in the next round. So I really like that matchup there. I kind of gave away who I'm picking there, but I like to give a free play each week. But if you want to know my full parlay, you gotta subscribe to the subscription service, 12ouncesports.com/bet. Philly Pete has his picks up for tonight too. I'm Gamble Guy. This is Friday night. Don't forget, we have a college volleyball game kicking off, you know what I mean, in about 32 minutes. And then tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the first ever Montana Lacrosse League match live on 12 Ounce Sports. Our crew is in Montana getting ready for that. You can watch that live on YouTube, X, or our 24/7 channel on our homepage. There we go. Don't forget, I always say this every week, bet responsibly. I'm the Gamble Guy. I got to roll. Thank you for watching.